Hello everybody. I'm just going to wait a second or two before I start. Got 8 people in here already. That's pretty good. Hello everyone from Honeybrook, Pennsylvania. Darlene once again, and we're on week number, I think, 8 today. Kind of forgot how many we've done, but we're going to do the angel today. It looks difficult, but it isn't. Most of it is drawing your pattern on your wood. Okay, this is all the same size wood that I've been using. It's 1 1/4 by 1 1/4 by 2 1/4 high. So I'm going to just go ahead and dive in. Welcome everyone, and thanks for joining me again. We've got one more week after this week, and then I'll have something special for the 4th of July, so I'll bring that up a little bit later. I'm still deciding exactly what I'm going to do for that class. It might be a 2-week thing, but I'll have to see how that works out. So let's start here, and hello everybody in Canada and wherever else you're watching from, the UK, wherever that might be. Welcome. I don't see any comments. I don't know why that's off now. It was on before, so if you're asking me questions, you can go ahead and ask them as we're broadcasting, and then I'll answer them after I get off of the broadcast. I'll try to type in my answer, and then I'll leave that on for a little while, and that video will come off, and this video will go to YouTube. So if you miss it tonight, you can watch it on YouTube. That's not a problem. And it usually takes me about an hour and a half or so to get it up onto YouTube. All right, so get your block ready, get your pencil ready. What we want to do is we want to try to figure out where to put the pattern for the head and the body and the wings. You're doing a very compact project here. You can make this as elaborate as you want. You can actually put the little feathering in if you want later on, make it look a little nicer, and finish all the feathering in the back. We don't really do that with this stuff, with these. I try to make it a very simple project that you can just do without worrying about doing any feathering. You can if you want. That's entirely up to you. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to take my knife and I'm going to go to the back side. Okay, what I did here, let me explain this for a second. I put a little marking, I measured my marking as I always do on either side. Okay, and then I took it down and around, like a big upside down U. All right, you don't really want to taper it off too much. You'll do that later on when you cut it out and stuff. So then back here, you're going to go, maybe, if I look at where the head is, see I have it a little bit rounded on the back side. You're going to want to do that. So we're going to just take a little bit off of here and we're going to round it. Where's the other knife? Oh, where's the other knife? Oh, it's here. Okay, good. All right, and we're going to just go across. Still haven't figured out how to get rid of that zoom in and out yet. If any of you have any ideas, I am open to suggestions for that. I'm still trying to find somebody to explain that to me. But anyway, then you look at the top of this, and we're going to put the line down towards the edge here. All right, near the head. So let's see if that head's wide enough. I don't think so. No. We're going to make this a little bit wider. Just a tad, okay? Just a little bit. Let's make sure that's all okay. Good. And then we're going to follow this all the way. Kind of a little bit of a curvature, not much, pretty well straight back. And you're going to go from that corner, okay? You're going to come right up like so. Oh boy, that really looks off. What am I doing here? Hang on. Okay. You really don't want to have that much. There we go. All right. Then I'm going to take my V tool here, and I'm going to, this is the new V tools that I have now. They're a little bit bigger than the Dockyard number 3, but not as big as the number 4.5. And the reason for that is I bought these and redid them, because when you get them, they're as dull as they're terribly dull. So I go ahead and I revamp them, and I'll have these for sale. This is going to replace the V4 eventually. I only have a few of the V4 left. But anyway, I'm going to take this and I'm going to just follow this line all the way back. Nice thing about this, there's a nice tight choke up on this handle. It's not too long. The V3 is a little bit longer, and you kind of have to choke up on the blade itself. But this is pretty nice. And then I'm going to do the same thing over here. I'm just going to cut that out all the way to the end. I can turn this the other way and come up. All right. That's the first thing we want to do. Then we're going to follow what you're going to do with this upside down kind of U. You're going to cut along here, but right here at the edge, you're going to go right, you're going to taper off the neck area. See how we have that? This is going inward, okay? So we're going to take this and we're going to go a little bit of a curvature, okay, on both sides. It's always hard to get both sides matching up right. So don't worry if one side's a little off. That is very common. And again, if you want to measure, you measure with your finger, and your pencil works out really well. See, that's pretty good. Now it looks like they're pretty well on the same side as the neck. The next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to take my V tool again. I'm going to call this the V3.5 because it's not as small as a 3, but it's not as big as a 4.5. So anyway, we're going to cut this out. All right, just to give us an idea where everything's going to go. Okay, there's a fly in here. Get lost. Mosquito. Hang on. Get him. All right. All right. It is very warm here in Pennsylvania. It is near 90 today. Definitely will be 90 tomorrow. You're going to cut underneath the neck here. Okay. You don't want to go all the way down to that line. You just want to go maybe half of the way. All right. Then what you're going to do is you're going to take your V tool again and you're going to cut this portion out, this line. Hope you folks are enjoying the series. They opened up Pennsylvania to yellow last Friday, and that worked out really nice. So I'm going to add this to that little part, add those things right to it, connect those two. All right, so that's how far we got. All right, now I'm going to take my knife and I'm going to cut this off a little bit. I'm just going to round this off a tiny bit, the very top of his head. All right, just like so. And then we're going to also just kind of cut this out, just like so. All right, cut a nice big V right to the head here. Or right along the side is really what you need to do, but then you're going to cut that head a little bit rounded where you cut it. See? Just like so. No, I didn't do that right over here. Let's redo that. Okay. Then I'm going to take my knife and I'm going to just cut a stop cut on both sides, because it gets kind of deep right there in the middle. See it? All right. So we're going to just cut that out. You just take your knife and pop it out like a V cut back here. You're going to be taking off some of that corner here too eventually. Okay, still not freeing up. I don't want to pull that out. Okay, there we go. Alright, and I'm going to just kind of round it down. Okay, just like so. The same thing over here. We're going to follow that line and we're going to round it off. Don't forget to put your glove on and your thumb guards on. Especially if you're a beginner, please wear one. You still don't want to go to the hospital with everything going on. I don't know which states are worse now or not. Out here it's starting to ease up on the East Coast a little bit. Okay, so that's how we have that. Alright, now I'm going to take all this rough stuff off. Let me go to another knife. Let me use my Murphy knife. Sometimes it works a little bit better with stuff. You'll find some knives work really good for certain things. And that's got a nick in it. See that? This is a teachable moment here. See this little marking right here? That's because there's a nick in my knife here. So let's see if I can find another one. Okay, let's just go to this one here. When it cuts clean, it should leave no markings behind, no trails of any kind. Alright? So this is, alright, so the next thing we're going to do, we're going to cut around this way, straight in, and we're going to stop right there, make it a little bit deeper there, pull it out to here. Okay, one thing I want to do before we do that. This wing, you can let it down all the way to the end and you can bring it up if you want and have a little bit of its the robe sticking out. But what I have on these is I have the robe coming up a little ways and then the wing coming out. Alright, so what I want to do is I want to put a just a little cut right there. Alright, just like so. And again, I measure it. And you take your knife, you go straight to, bring it up first because you don't want to knock that corner out. You want to do a little bit at a time, just like so. Okay? Just like that. All right, you're going to do the same thing over here. Let's see if that's the same. No, that's not the same. The nice thing when you can measure with your finger, you can always kind of count on it to be pretty even. Alright, there we go. Alright, so now you're going to do that marking I told you about. You're going to go all the way around down to there, and you're going to follow this out, and you're going to go right along the edge there, just like so. You don't have to do it real deep, because it's still going to stay blocky. See how it's still a block? But it gives you a different illusion when you look at it from the front. Alright, so that's really all you're going to do is that there. Alright. You're going to bring this down a little bit. Perfect. And you're going to get rid of all that rough stuff, if you can. better to do it now than later on. It's just harder to get it off when we start putting the... You're going to do the same thing to the other side. I'm going to ask you if you have still any other suggestions of what you would like to see done. I know some of you want birds done. Some of you want some Santas done. Some eagles. So we'll come up with something else eventually. Okay, good. Again, I'm going to take all this rough stuff off from the bandsaw. It was beautiful here over the weekend. It was really, really nice. Some people just absolutely love angels, and they're an interesting topic sometimes. Okay, I'm going to cut underneath here, and I'm going to just round this up a little bit. Alright, now I'm going to stop right there, and I'm going to put his arms in, or her arms, its arms in there. Okay, so what I'll do is, it comes right out, and it will be the bottom part of the robe, and then the arms are going to be folding hands. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to go straight from here, and we're just going to go from the bottom, and we're going to just go up. And then go up a little ways, just like so. And then you want to meet this here to there. Let's see how far up we're going here. Okay, that's about there. Perfect. That's it. Okay. Alright, so the next thing I do is I take my little V tool again, and I'm going to go across this way for the arms. I want to thank you folks for sending me photographs of your pieces that you've got done. You're doing a great job of making your nativity sets. I still haven't gotten around to making the mangers yet. I will do them. Maybe once I get done doing weekly of this, I'll be able to get more time into that. But a few things have come up here, and I had to take care of a couple things that around the farm, so I've been kind of busy this past weekend. It was nice finally getting together with some friends on Sunday out on our deck here. It was just a sigh of relief to finally see some people and converse with some people. Not that I haven't done that anyway during this COVID-19, but you know, it was nice to get together and have our distance out on the deck. We are in a yellow phase here in Chester County. Hopefully we'll move to, but I don't know with all the protests if it's going to surge again. We'll find out. So we're going to cut this out a little bit right underneath the hands. We're going to go in and we're just going to notch that out. So it looks like the hands are going to be sticking out. And I'm going to round this off a little bit. Okay, just like so. Here again I'm going to cut it a little bit underneath there. And we're going to cut that out. So it looks like it's all tucked underneath the wing and it's underneath the arm. And then I'm going to round this off a little bit, this little hard edge here, right there, okay? Some people collect angels. It's amazing what people collect. Some people collect bears, so many different things. Okay, so that's how you do the bottom part of the robe. All right, I'll do the next side as well. And come down. I'm just going to go down a little bit around the wing there. We're just going to cut this out. There we go. Now we're going to cut that out because that doesn't belong there. Okay, good. Let me take a look at this. Yep, it's coming along. Alright, now the front of the angel, you want to just cut this again with you're going to cut a little bit more right there, and you're going to put a little stop cut here, and you're just going to dig around and round that up a little bit. All right. I'm sorry, folks, I'm not seeing any of the comments. You're probably seeing it with each other. I don't know why it's off. Let me see if I can flip that on. Nope. I'm not going to fuss with it right now. I'll figure it out later. I'll do a test run. So next week, my last week, hopefully the comments will be on. I'll take a week off or so of doing a video. I will make DVDs of all these. I got the first one with Mary, Joseph, Jesus, and the Star. That's on DVD number 76. That is online on my, I'm going to make this a little bit deeper right there, right in that corner. And they'll be available in the next month or so for sure, along with the cutouts. If you need more cutouts, I still have some here. I just had somebody order 6 sets of them. I probably have another 8 or 9 left right now before I would have to reorder lumber. So if you want to order some more, just let me know. Just go online. If for any reason I do sell out within a week, I have more lumber here. Okay, so you're rounding off the front. All right, let's start with the head a little bit. All right, let's just take all this rough stuff off first. Makes life so much easier when you get rid of that. And I'm going to round this off a little bit right there for his chin. You know, if you wanted to make these and have no face, you can do that, but I think it looks better with a nose like the rest. But, you know, you can change this up any way you like. There is no right or wrong way of doing it. Okay, let me take this back here and just look at it for a second. And redo a little bit of the cutting here that I need to do. And I'll be right back. I didn't go away anywhere. Here we go. Alright, so something looks wrong with the face. This looks like it's chopped in more. Let me see if I can round that up a little bit. And make that a little deeper there. Alright. Now, what you want to do, he has a hairline here. So, part of the way, you want to just kind of go up and around, a little bit of a curvature, just like so. And you can take, I rather take the knife to do this one. Go straight in, cut all the way across, and you're going to cut up that line. You want a kind of a crisp cut there. V-cut's going to be too much of a slant here, and you don't want that. You want that to stick out a little bit like that. Okay? Alright. Go a little deeper there. I'm going to trim this off a little bit more. There you go. And then I'm going to round this off a little bit more there. And the same thing here, I'm going to round them off a little bit. Now, the other thing I'm going to do is I'm going to go back. Well, let me finish the face, part of the face anyway. So the nose, I like it nice and big, kind of a fat nose. Just like so. And I'm going to go right under the nose and push and bring that up. Okay. Then again, we're going to go straight in. On both sides. And you're going to cut it right where you have the hairline too, on either side. That's where it's got to be a little bit deeper anyway. And then you want to cut that out very carefully. Just like so. And you want to round off that nose. That's all that's to it. Alright. You can make it stick out a little bit more if you want, and all you have to do is go back and just make a crisper cut. But I'm just rounding off the nose a little bit, all the way around. And there we go. Alright, so I'm going to level this off a little bit, get rid of that. And we'll come back to the face in a little bit here. Let me take it back here for a second to take a look at it. Alright. Alright. I'm going to well, let's finish up the face. Then you're going to put a marking for his cheeks. One. And I usually flare it out a little bit. Instead of straight down, I try to curve it a little bit. And then I try to have a nice big smile on him. Or her. Or whatever. Use my V tool again. And then I go across. One. Okay, let me clean this up a little bit. I see that's not correct. Not too much happening in PA lately. Just been very quiet for the most part. I finally went back shopping. A couple of weeks ago I started, and I went to Walmart today to get some things, the totes to do some packing and things like that. So, and organizing. I'm just going around and just cleaning this up a little bit. Sometimes you can't get a nice, clear, crisp cut with the V tool. I love the V tool otherwise. It comes in really, really handy. Okay, so that's pretty well the face, okay? With a couple of little issues of getting rid of some of this rounds, getting rid of the hard edges, what I call the square edges is what I should say. Alright, let's go back up to the wings here. I'm going to cut this down a little bit deeper right here. And we're going to kind of bring this down to the head. Just like so, okay? You're going to do the same thing over here. You're just going to cut a little more off, and you're just going to kind of blend that square edge. Alright, and then you're going to blend this in as well right here. Get rid of that hard edge as well. Now your knife really has to be sharp to go across the grain. It's really important that it stays sharp. We're going to do the same thing over here. We're going to just take it down. I'm going to round his head up a little bit more. Okay, there you go. All right, and what we're going to do here is we are going to put the band across. Well, you can do that later. Let's do the wings. The wings, okay, we have it pretty well taken care of on the front side. Okay, we're going to blend this in a little bit more. We're going to blend this in a little bit more towards the front. This one down here. So let's just take that little edge off of there. There we go. Good. Alright. It's got little fuzzies on him. I'm not sure why that is, but I need to clean that up. Alright. So that's the front so far. Let's go to the back side. The back side. Alright, see all this bandsaw marking? I got to take that off. So I'm going to take a little bit of time and I'm just going to try to get all that off right away. Because that's not going to look right when you go to paint it. Where's my other knife? There it is. And the same thing over here. We're just going to get rid of that. The other thing we're going to do is we're going to cut up right through the center here a little bit. Alright, we're going to make the diagram on the bottom part of the wing on the back of the angel come up. So what we're going to do is the bottom part of the wing, we're just going to do a little bit of a curvature, just like so. And then you're going to follow that one down to this one here. Well, that one's a little lower. Okay. So that's a little lower. See if I can fix that. Let's put that a little higher. There we go. Alright. You're going to take your V-tool and you're going to cut. Actually, did I use the V-tool? No, I did not use the V-tool on that. I'm sorry. I'm just going to take my knife. I'm going to go really deep right in the corner. And I'm going to take this all the way down like so. Alright. Same thing with this, all the way down. And then you want to pop that little one out in the center. Just like when we do a mouth on a Santa. It's the same thing. Okay? And I'm going to scoop it up, and I'm going to go all the way along. I'm going to cut that out. Hang on just a second. A little bit of my hot chocolate. I know I drink hot chocolate all year long pretty well. Anyway, you're going to do the same thing over here. I'm going to cut that out. Again, you're going to go a little deeper right there because some of that corner is going to be gone anyway. Okay. Alright. Now we're going to clean this up a little bit. Okay, to put the wings on. Alright, what I do, since this is a little shorter, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I'm just going to start here, and I'm going to look at this and see where, so technically there's one there, and you're going to go upward, okay? You're going to come down a little bit of curvature. The next one is face. And then the next one. Okay, there we go. There's 5. Now you're going to do the other side as well. 1, trying to match it up with the other side. Okay, that's where we're going to use the V tool. Where's my hefty V tool? And I want to thank everybody for joining me tonight. Next week we'll do the 3 wise men, where I'm only going to do 1 pattern, and you can change it up anyway, and I'll share with you how to do that next week. Because I don't think it's smart to do the same thing over again if it's just a you have to do on it. Okay. We're going to do both sides. Now, if this is all you want to do, that's fine with the wings, but I like to make them look like they're tucked behind each other, just like a regular bird. So what we're going to do is this. We're going to take this knife and we're going to cut. And we're going to, we're going to cut each corner first. Just like so. Okay? That's right, I forgot about that. Alright, so you have your little wings sticking out. You're going to do the same thing over here. You're going to just do a little V-cut in the same direction your line's going. You'll see it once we get done, how it will shape up. Alright, see how we have that? Now, you're going to put your line there, and you're going to just tuck it behind it, going down. Okay, and you're going to do the next one, and you're going to tuck it in. Same thing with that one. And same thing with that one. And again, you want to go back and take off any hard edges. See this little corner right here? You can kind of just take that off a little bit and go back. Alright, and you do both sides like that. So what I do is I usually just do the stop cut first and then put it underneath. And I'm going down from the top down. This side's a little easier because I'm going on the opposite side. Okay. Again, you can make this as, I usually take those hard edges off. Then when you go to the back side, alright, you're going to go down. So you're just going to take this and you're going to go down a little ways. Now you can make this all feathering if you want, that's up to you. But I'm trying to make it simplified. And we're going to do the same thing over here. Alright, so we're going to take our little V tool and we're just going to follow that line. Same way as we did the front. Okay, and we're going to do the same thing over here. If you want to make it super deep, you can. It's up to you. Like I said, there's no right or wrong way of doing this. It's whatever you prefer to do. Again, we're going to go from the top down. All right, so we're going to just follow this, and we're going to just do each feathering the same way. And I usually take that really hard, sharp point off of the very top feather that's around it, it's rounded a little bit. Okay? Again, I do both sides the same way. So it looks like they're tucked underneath each other. If you do birds, I may end up doing my birds like my series of birds that I had before. Now I'll probably do that at a later time, but let's take this right up the center from corner to corner to separate the feather. Okay, that's all you're going to do there. So we're pretty well done with the back. We're just going to clean it up a little bit. And then I'm going to bring this in a little bit more. And then I'm going to put a couple of V-cuts for the folds in the robe that you see there. Okay. Our covering club still hasn't started back yet. Alright, there we go. Now we're going to go to the front, and we're going to finish off his hands, and then his face is done. We've got to do his little band across the top and his hair, and then we'll be done with it. Let me see what we have here. So we're going to just take this and we're going to round off the arms. Again, we're going to just bring this in a little bit. You want to get rid of that hard stuff wherever you see it. And I'm going to round this off a little bit here. Alright, same thing here. You're just going to round that off. Bring this down a little bit. Clean it off a little bit there. Take off that hard edge. The corners off, around the corners. Okay. Now you're going to take your pencil and you're just going to put one mark there, one mark here, and you're going to put a little where his hands folded over the other one. You can either take your knife or you can take your V-tool and make those lines. One, there's one, two, and then the one in the middle. There's a little bit of curvature there. Alright. There we go. And I usually sometimes I use my knife to make those little notches for the fingers, because sometimes when you use a V-tool you can notch something, you can nick something out when it's very tiny if it's not really super sharp. Mine is sharp, but just showing you how you can make it stand out a little bit more. Alright, let's go to the top. And the one thing I usually do with the arms, so it doesn't look so blocky, I kind of take a little corner out so it looks like it's coming out from underneath, just like so. Same thing over here, just a little notch. Again, we're going to put a couple little folds in here. In the front, 1 and 2, 3 and 4. That's it. Okay. So the front's pretty well finished. Now we're just got to finish the head off. Too happy with the way that looks for some reason. I just need to make it a little more rounded. A little too blocky for me. So I'm just going to try to take care of it. So it has just, it doesn't have a rope band on the top. This is supposed to be like the halo. I don't know. But anyway, I decided to put, I have it on this other little one there. See? So what we do is we just take our little, and I just put 1 and 2, a little bit of a curvature to it. Not straight across. Take my V tool and I cut it out. And remember, you're going across the grain. It's a lot harder to cut it. You can do it with your knife if you want. If you don't have a V tool that's sharp enough, you can just take your knife across like this, which I'm going to do anyway. And we're going to cut from this side down. So it looks like it's underneath that band. There we go. Alright, we're going to do the same thing over here. We're going to just do a little bit of a stop cut. And we're going to just take it. And there you, again, you want to try to get rid of those hard edges wherever you can. Those little square edges. I will do a better job when I get off of here with another one. It's not always the easiest to do this in front of the camera because you're trying to look over the camera and all the rest while you're doing this. But there we go. So there's our little hair, our band, our halo. Now I'll take the V tool again. Whoops. And I'll take the V tool again and I'll start doing the hair. Usually I go towards the band. And I usually go from up so it looks like it's, I don't like to go the other way down because I might hit the nose and stuff, so I just do it from the bottom up. And it should work pretty good to do it this way. You know, you should be able to do it without too much trouble. Okay? So there's the front. And then we'll start from the back to get in that corner as far down as you can. And I go next to the wings here a little bit. And there she is. Let me do something here. Alright. So I'm going to clean her up a little bit more and, you know, try to... But that's the way you do an angel. Alright? I know there's a lot that I have to clean up before I can even go ahead and do the painting on it. Alright, so I've got 2 of those done now. That's the little larger one. That is the ornament size. I'm going to share with you real quick before I get offline here. If you have any questions, I'll take a look at them when I get off of here, and I'll try to answer them before I take it down. Alright, here are the 3 wise guys. Now, they're very similar but different. Some of them have the mustaches going up, some of them have them going down. They're little holding like just a box, more of a vase over here, and more of a bottle over here, if you can see that. Okay, that's really the only difference, is what these are, what the beards are, and what we do with the tops. And then you just paint them different colors, and no one will really know any different, because they'll look different. And they'll look different anyway, because when you do the same thing over and over again, it's going to look different. So we'll do one of these next week, and then I'll share with you the things you can do to change it up a little bit. All right? And we'll see you next week, folks, for our last and final nativity class online carving. All right, guys, take care, and I hope you enjoyed doing the little angel. All right, good night, folks. Bye-bye.